Hi, Shonda Womack here in opposition of HB 8310. I'm speaking as a product of the Providence Public School System, a community organizer, an executive director of an education justice organization, a resident of Providence, and a mom of a rising pre-K student. I think you've all heard the empirical data and the experiential knowledge of young people. I think I want to use my time instead of reading my testimony to kind of respond to some of the questions you all had. A couple of times, the question has been posed, well, what is the alternative? I think you've heard from young people and parents, right? Like, we have a 70-page report that outlines and details the alternative. The alternative is engaging in practices that are evidence-based, that's rooted in restorative justice, that hires counselors, social workers to support our young people holistically. I mean, I have to assume, right, that the sponsors of this bill have not done their research. If you look at the local and national data, it tells you a story. It tells you that SROs and policing do not work in schools. I'm not saying that, the data shows that. There is not one research that says that police officers contribute positively to positive school culture and climate, not one. I'm not making that up. I actually challenge you to engage in that research yourself. I'm asking all of you and those interested in thinking about safety differently to please read this 70-page report that has been led by young people. 3 years of fighting for counselors, not cops. As a parent of a Black boy that is potentially entering the public school system, I refuse and will fight against any policy that seeks to shift learning institutions into carceral states. We really need to reflect on how bills like HB 8310 actually works against school safety. If safety means mimicking the practices of prisons, then we're no longer in learning institutions, we're in prisons. Lastly, I ask you to center the voices of those who are most impacted. You've heard from our Black and brown students, you've even heard from white students, right? Who have continued to name time again that they need counselors, social workers who can support their holistic health, and restorative practices that center minoritized identity markers and their humanity. I also plead that you're not looking at this through an interpersonal violence lens, because what I've heard is, oh my God, we have a great police officer. That analysis falls short of institutional violence. We have seen the policing system continue to fail our Black and brown bodies, continue to fail the most vulnerable communities. The empirical research is out there. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.